Hey, this is William for attackofthefanboy.com, and this is Destiny 2. Kyle, you've been in Los Angeles for the last couple of days checking out the game. What do you think so far?
It was a great experience. I think that they put on a good show. I think that the trailer was great, and then I got to go hands on, a lot of hands on actually. I got to play PC campaign. That was the first thing that I played, and then I played some PS4 PvP Crucible. Played more PS4. I played a Strike, and then I played the same Strike on PC.
All right, so let's start it from the top. You played some of the campaign. You played, more precisely, the first opening moments of that game?
Yeah, this exact same mission that they showed in the show, that's what I played.
Okay,
from
so
start to finish.
My question is, what kind of feeling did you get from it? Just from watching the reveal stream myself, it kind of looked like they were going to put you. You're obviously the main character, but are they going to be putting you on these planets? Kind of seem tied to the characters like Zavala and Cade, and I forget the other one's name, the woman's name. But does it seem like it's going to? Did you see the things that they've been promising as far as story goes? Because when you woke up in Destiny for the first time, you kind of were like, "Oh, this might be cool," and then it didn't really ever pan out into anything. I mean, they said more cinematics. They said, we're focusing on story big time. Did this happen? I mean, was that your impression from what you played? Did you see any of that?
Yes. I mean, it was just that opening mission, so, it's tough to extrapolate how that's going to play out in the rest of the game. It's obviously a very big story moment, so there is a lot of story. There's a lot of, I think that there were 3 cutscenes in there that had, interesting writing and interesting characters. So already it's, way beyond what Destiny 1 was. So it's promising.
Come on, man. When you woke up and Dinklage was like...
It was... Yes, that was... But
solid.
That was mysterious. There weren't any other characters. And then you get to the last city. Is it Citadel? You get there. I'm very tired. It's been a long day. But you get there, and, I mean, it's just like, okay, you're a Guardian. There's light. I don't know. But it walked you through a mission. There was a lot of...
and now you have no light.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming you kind of stagger your way through the first mission? Is that what they're working with here?
No, the first mission you still have your light. So...
Okay. So they're going to take you through the... whatever... Cabal invasion or whatever it is?
Yes. Yeah, that's what it was. Okay. It was the invasion. Yep.
That's cool. All right, that sounds good. And we are recording this without looking at the footage. When we roll this back, there will be footage. There is
not of the campaign. I do not have.
They don't let you do
footage. We couldn't get footage from PC. They don't want you to see how much prettier it is than the PS4 Pro.
And you already have wrote something for our site, attackofthefanboy.com, about what your impressions were in terms of which version looks better. It's going to be superior this time around, and it's going to be
play it on PC.
I mean, even PS4 Pro, was there any upgrades or anything that they were talking about? I could have sworn that they said that they didn't have anything planned for the PS4 Pro, or at the time it was just like the next Xbox. But are there upgrades for that?
I mean, they mentioned in the show that it was. I think that they mentioned in the show that it was 4K, but it's that PS4 Pro 4K where it's like
meshy.
I mean, it's probably being upscaled. I really doubt that this game is actually running in 4K on the PS4 Pro. It was 30 frames. Is there a difference? Probably. They didn't have regular PS4s there to compare, but I mean, it still looks good. I'm definitely not trashing the console versions.
I popped that game in my PS4 Pro right now, regular Destiny, and it looks good. It's a good looking game all around. I really wasn't expecting too much on the visual improvement front, but I think on PC, NVIDIA put out some specs earlier today that thing's going to be 4K support, FOV sliders, all that stuff. So they're going to have a bunch of things, bells and whistles for that PC version, which is also not slated to come out at the same time. I don't know if you heard that while you were on the ground.
Nope.
Yeah, there's like a definite date for the console version, and the PC version is coming TBD.
That's very unfortunate. It's interesting you mentioned an FOV slider, because I went into the settings and that was not there, and it was a little worrying, because I would definitely prefer having a larger FOV.
I may have misspoke.
Well, maybe they're adding it in later. They had a lot of stuff locked down. It was also on medium settings. If that also says anything, that it looked that much better than the PS4 Pro, and it was running on medium. I think a lot of that has to do with the frame rate. 60 frames was nice.
Right, and then they're still pretty far off from launching this thing. Well, not really. 4 months. Lock it in, and then who knows how much longer the PC version is going to take. I mean, that was the big rumor out there today, that like the PC version might take a little longer. Hopefully it's days or weeks and not months, or like a GTA 5 sort of situation.
Jeez, yeah, please no.
That would not be good.
Yeah.
But it would get people double dipping on the Destiny 2. All right, so you played the Strike, you played the campaign. What did you think about the Strike? Did it feel pretty similar to what you've come to expect?
Yeah, I mean, you know me, I haven't played Destiny in a long time, so I definitely can't compare it to the later Strikes, but this was actually really, really cool. There were a lot of very cinematic moments, not actual cinematics, but like moments that stuck in my head where I'm like, it's very memorable. It's very interesting. I think that they flashed some shots of this big mining area where there's these huge spinning drill sort of things, and they're going around, and you can't touch them. If you touch them, you die. And it's just really, it's a tense moment. People die very easily there, and you have to go and revive them. And there's enemies that you're fighting the whole time, so it's very frantic. And just that one moment was really, really cool. The boss fight was kind of meh. It was still very bullet spongy, where you're just kind of going through the motions. Actually, the second time that I played it, we died right near the end, and all of us were just like, well, we're done. We're not going to finish that.
Really?
So, yeah, because, you know, it just
dig in, man.
It just takes so long to kill these bosses, but that's what people want. That's my
it can't
own.
Be easy. It'd be super easy.
Yeah, and I mean, we've got, you know, I think we were maxed out characters. You know, they're changing a lot of the behind the scenes stuff, and being out of the Destiny scene for a while. I didn't pick up on a lot of them, but I was talking to a lot of people, and they were mentioning how the subclasses are changed and all this sort of stuff. So if you're really enmeshed in Destiny, there's a lot of little things that they change that are really going to get you. But anyway, back to the Strike. The Strike was actually really, really cool.
What'd you play as?
So I don't remember exactly. I know I had the sword.
The sword? Were you shooting fire down from the sky?
Yes, I think
that's
that's
a warlock, maybe? Or maybe?
No, it was not the warlock. I played
Hunter
the warlock.
has that like pole. Is what I could have swore that they said that. And then one guy had a shield, was the Titan, and then I think the warlock had like the Phoenix.
Oh, maybe it was the warlock.
Yeah, I think so. I'm just going off the top of my head. I don't know. Sure. I'm not 100% sure.
If you're looking at the footage, you can tell me.
I wasn't there, Kyle. I'm not looking at the footage. No.
I sat down and played what they put in front of me.
And you're like, you will do this. You will do this guy. That's cool. Did you dip into the options menu as far as the menu you're always in, where you're customizing your character and putting different weapon slot, like putting your different weapons and armor on? Did that all sort of kind of have the same Destiny feel to it?
It felt very much the same in the menu. Yeah, I dove right into that when I first loaded it up, and I was just like, oh, okay. Yeah. Changing weapons was the same. There's small differences, like shotgun is now a heavy weapon, stuff like that. But yeah, it was is pretty similar. I think that's a lot of, going back to kind of our complaints, but it's true that this was a quality of life improvement. The campaign is awesome, and that I think justifies it being Destiny 2 in having this really big story campaign. But then just behind the scenes, the big changes, they took that Destiny formula that worked, and then they just trimmed it, and they just made the little adjustments where they needed to. Yeah. So that's, I think, the big takeaway from this is that it's not a brand new game. They're not sitting there saying that this is the new Star Wars or it's going to be the new big thing.
Well, that's what they were saying at the beginning of Destiny 1.
Yeah.
So
they're not saying that this time. They're just saying it's Destiny, but better.
We're tempering expectations. This is Destiny 2. Now, that's good, though. That's what they've been doing the whole way, though. Since the original launch of Destiny, they've kind of been... I think after that first expansion, they've been like quality of life, appeal to the players, make this game better in every way possible. I mean, at least in my opinion. I've enjoyed the game since then. You guys have heard me talk about my love for Destiny. But yeah, how was Crucible for you?
That was actually really cool. I was terrible at it for the first couple of rounds. So we played the new countdown mode.
I can't wait to put that up on YouTube.
Oh man,
you will be
wait. But
getting the comments.
Here's the thing. I was terrible, and I pulled that shit together.
You did?
All right. You watch this video, okay? I figure out what I'm doing, and it's a good video. You're gonna have to watch it. But yeah, it was fun. So it was the new countdown mode, which is essentially Counter-Strike. You don't respawn. You can be revived by other players, but you will not respawn if you die.
Okay.
And the other team can win if they eliminate your team. And then there's a bomb, and you plant a bomb in one of two objective zones, and then they can defuse it, and then they win, or they can kill all of you. They still have to defuse it if they kill all of you and they're defending, but it's all the same. It's their Counter-Strike mode. That's what it is.
So, those are the modes you played. I know you said your core takeaway is them trimming this game back, or not back, but I mean they've added a lot of stuff. But making quality of life adjustments for the players, making it better, listening to complaints, fixing some of the things that people, had been complaining about for years about this game. But you yourself, as someone who was hopped off of the Destiny train a couple of years ago, do you see yourself hopping back on?
I hope so. Yeah. Especially on PC. I think that I would enjoy playing it on there more. And the things that they talked about, like guided games, I still think the matchmaking would be better. I messaged you. I was like, when they were talking about guided games, I'm like, oh, so, the gaming community is so awful to people. So our fix is to put you together with groups that know what they're doing. And
3 people that are going to haze you.
I'm sure they're going to be nice to you.
Yeah, no problem. I mean, actually, the Destiny community is actually pretty good. I found. I mean, basically what they're doing with that is taking Looking for Group and some of these other popular Destiny sites and kind of making that internal, because during, some of the expansions, I was trying to get through the raid content myself personally. I didn't have a group of friends to play with, so that was one of my major complaints about the game, was like, well, how do I play this content? And how I did it was going onto these third-party websites, looking for people in a chat room, and they're like, we're getting ready to start this, come on in. And sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't work, and that's going to be the same thing whether they do matchmaking, whether they do the clan integration like they've decided to do, or the guided groups or whatever they're calling it. I've had some good guides and I've had some bad guides. I've had some really good experiences. Some of my best and most memorable are people that were obviously work together as a team well, and then they're just like, come on with us, and we'll carry you through this so you can see it. And I've seen some good stuff. So I'm sure Bungie keeps track of that as well, and they know you can have a good experience that way, and you can probably have a decent experience in matchmaking as well. and they probably just picked the lesser of two evils at that point.
Yeah.
You know?
So, final impressions?
Yeah, I mean, I think overall I had a good time playing the game. Is it going to bring me back? Is it going to get me to play it for 500 hours or more like a lot of people did? I don't know yet. I'm excited for the campaign. I'm very happy that they were very upfront and said, you know, this will have a story. It will have a world that you will be interested in. And all the stuff of, you know, hidden locations and more indication of public events and stuff like that. It all sounds like what I was kind of hoping Destiny 1 would be, and that I'm okay with. And then they've got more stuff. I don't want it to sound like saying it's what Destiny should have been is a insult. It is a compliment. It is, they were trying something new, and they stumbled a little bit. Obviously, everyone, there's very few games that change as much as Destiny did that don't have issues, and they went in and they fixed a lot of those issues. And that's what we're seeing with Destiny 2. And I think that that's enough to get people really excited, even if they didn't if you put 100 or more hours into the game, you should be excited already. It's going to be awesome. You're going to love it.
I mean, that's one of the reasons I wanted, somebody with a different perspective to go on and see this game, because for me, I was excited. I'm not going to lie. Like, backhanded as some of the stuff we've been saying at the start of this conversation was, that's just being kind of jaded. I'm excited for Destiny 2. I'll play the hell out of that game. It seems to me, in all honesty, just from watching the stream, I didn't even get to go hands-on with it. I have a lot of faith in the gameplay that Bungie has put together in Destiny. I'm sure the shooting feels rock solid like it did in Destiny 1. I'm sure
it definitely does.
I'm sure it still has all those qualities. Those aren't the things that they're tweaking. It's, oh, you're not going to orbit anymore. Yeah, maybe they shouldn't have that anymore. But when you think about it, when I think about it, I go, yeah. I mean, how much more Destiny would I have played if I didn't have to sit in orbit for 3 minutes every time I did something, Or the looking for group shit. How much more Destiny, how many more raids would I have done if I could have just done this in the game? Or, all these things, the quality of life stuff are things that are going to get me excited for it, but I would have been excited for it either way.
But we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. That was Destiny 2, or Kyle's impressions from the Destiny 2 gameplay reveal. We're going to have some more stuff coming on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/fanboyattack. You could subscribe or like this video if you enjoyed the content, or dislike it if you didn't. We're going to have more stuff up on our website, attackofthefanboy.com, and you can check out some of our written articles there. We'll have an interview from Bungie coming. We'll probably post our uncut gameplay footage as well, so you can kind of take a look at the whole everything that we got a chance to look at the gameplay reveal. For Kyle, I'm William for Attack of the Fanboy, and thanks for watching.
The enemy diffused your charge.